From a heritage German fashion house to a sharply repositioned global luxury brand, Hugo Boss is in the middle of one of the biggest transitions being watched worldwide. And the man who is leading this entire transition is the boss of the Hugo Boss. Daniel Grieder is right here, dressed in Hugo Boss.
Absolutely.
From head to toe.
From head to toe.
And you look absolutely dynamic, I must say, Daniel. Tell us about this entire repositioning, particularly with regards to the Indian markets, because we are an Indian channel.
Yes, thank you for having me, by the way. I appreciate it, and I'm happy to be here and talk about Hugo Boss. We had basically a new strategy, or we put a new strategy in place that's 4.5 years ago. It's called Claim 5. And with Claim 5, we transitioned the whole company. First, we had to refresh the brand because we lost some relevance. We have repositioned and refreshed the product because we were known only as a suit brand. And we actually transformed the brand into a 24/7 lifestyle brand for men and for women. Without losing, of course, the suit business. And then we did, also on omni-channel. We had retail and we had wholesale, but we combined it as omni-channel because you have to be omnipresent. We digitalized the whole company, and we had to put a new culture in place that is based on trust. So this transformation has happened from the US to Europe to Asia and, of course, into India, which we see big potential. I think the market, not only in terms of production, but of point of sales. I mean, shopping centers are opening. The economy is quite, customer sentiment is good in India, whereas the rest of the world, it's under pressure. But India, today we have roughly 15 stores, and we want to double those stores in the next 2 to 3 years. And we see in India, the brand is well received for men and for women. And just that you understand, Hugo Boss is a platform. We said Hugo Boss is not a brand, Hugo Boss is a platform. And on that platform are 2 brands. One is Boss for millennials, and that says everybody can be a boss as long as you do something, as long as you stand for something. Doesn't matter if man or woman. Hugo is more like the younger brand. You go your own way. It's more rebellish, and for the
so
more
Hugo is essentially Hugo.
Yes.
Oh.
That's the story behind it.
Oh, that's actually quite interesting. India is also viewing itself as a space which is more like a growth market, and is also, positioning itself as a manufacturing hub.
Yes.
There are multiple FTAs which have been inked in the last 1.5 years with European Union, also with the US only recently, with UK, several key global partners. What is the sentiment like within your company vis-a-vis India?
We have a very good relationship with India because we are indeed manufacturing quite, I think it's today, it's roughly about 7% that we do, or 8% of the total manufacturing coming out from India. But it's the craftsmanship that is in India so special. You really can do product that has more details, that is not just a T-shirt, that has an added value. And therefore, I think over the past few years, it has enhanced, it has developed much more, because in the early days it was known as a T-shirt, you produce T-shirts. I think that has gone. You can do beautiful product like you all wear in India. When you go to India, you see beautiful dressed people. And that we take into in our brand as well, whatever is possible. And, from a human being, I think they're very reliable, very hands-on, and very loyal.
So are brands like yours looking at China plus strategy? Because over-focusing on a particular geography can backfire, particularly given the uncertain times that we are living in.
Well, that's true, but I think there's always opportunity. Look, today we have this consumer sentiment that is under pressure on a global scale. US, you go to the shopping malls, you go to the stores, to the malls, everything is less traffic. Europe is flat, and then you have in China is under pressure. However, India, Japan, for example, India, there are countries, or Middle East, where you clearly see traffic is growing and you see opportunities. And to be honest, in my career, I have seen countries, sometimes they were growing and the other one they were flat, and then it's shifting. You just have to be open-minded to and see the opportunities that are there. And India, I know from my previous job, was always, they had so many great plans, so many business ideas. Sometimes the execution takes longer than maybe it was planned, but it will come sooner or later. And by the way, great deal with the US, I think yesterday, day before yesterday. So
what's your assessment about that deal? What do you think? What will it do for the Indian businessmen and also the CEOs sitting in America?
Oh, I think that took a lot of pressure. Being able to deal with the US, it's important. It's also our number one countries in terms of sales. It became 2023 the number one countries. Even as a German brand, the US is our biggest country. So it's important for us to be able to ship direct product and with a decent tariff that we can all absorb.
So what does it take to be the boss of Hugo Boss?
The boss of Hugo Boss. It's a leadership. It's all about, I think it's all about employees needs to be able to trust the CEO or the boss of boss, and the boss of boss needs to be able to trust the employees. So that is our most important value, because when you can trust each other, everything is faster. We call it speed of trust. When you open the computer in our company, the first word is always trust and entrepreneurship. And this is a value that is very important. And I try to be a trustful person also to our employees. I'm very open-minded. I'm very hands-on on everything I do. And so far, together, the company is not doing well because of me. It's because of the people that help me to execute that vision. And just a little. We actually were on the top line. We reached our goal 2 years earlier. That is not because of me. I put the strategy in place. That was the execution of the people that were executing rigorously this strategy, and that makes me very proud.
So let me ask you about your secret sauce. So what makes you and the brand keep going?
As a person or as a brand?
As the brand and as the leader of the brand.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, the brand. I think the brand has, we reshaped it. It has a clear story. It has a clear path where we want to go and have to go. It's all set. And everything we put in place showed that we have chosen the right strategy. In some areas, we are a bit behind. In some areas, we are ahead. But that's always happening. And we doubled sales. We came from 1.9 billion to 4.3 billion in 3 years. And on that way, you always have to adapt to the new. The world has changed, so we had to adapt to the world. That's a consistent message that I also give to our people. Listen, always adapt. Never, what was good yesterday might be not good enough for tomorrow. So you always have to be open-minded to adapt to the new world. And that's what we have to do. And if it comes to me, I'm just trying to work with our management, with the people. I'm very hands-on, I'm very approachable. And I see it from the management up to the people in the logistics. Every job is important, and it can only be successful if we all understand and collaborate with each other.
The sense is, Daniel, that luxury is slowing in parts of Europe and in US, and that it is essentially Asia and Middle East which remain resilient for luxury. So is luxury, and luxury is only for affluent. So is Hugo Boss also looking at perhaps the aspirational?
Yes, you have to create today experience. In a shop, you cannot just have a point of sales where you sell your product. You have to explore experience for the end consumer. And as we say, we try to have the end consumer not just as a consumer. We want to create, or we want to turn him into a fan. Therefore, we put the consumer in the middle of everything we do. Now on the positioning in luxury, we call each other not proper luxury, we call us affordable luxury. And I think this is exactly important in this world, because you need to have a product that has a good price value, because people are questioning sometimes the price you have to pay for a product. And we always try to be a brand that is affordable luxury and has a totally fair price value for the end consumer.
How much of AI is being used in your business?
We are exactly at the moment to transition and implement AI. It started maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago more as a gadget. Everybody was faster writing letters and, using it. But at the moment we are at the stage where we really try to implement it in every area in the business through the whole value chain. And this is a big transformation. And one message is here important. We don't love AI because we think, we can do it then with less people and lay off people. It's not what we want. We are standing for AI is making you faster and better. And this is the approach, not to save people and get rid of people. We encourage everybody to implement AI into the daily business, that we can do more, that we can be faster and be better.
So in retail business, what will be the role of AI? What tools are you looking at?
So I need to go back that already 70% of our product is designed with digital capabilities. So this is the digital element, the digital process you have to implement into the company. So from a product, even from the campaigns, wherever you look, if you go into the stores, from showing the campaign, asking questions about the trends, everything is sorted out through AI. So there's a lot of information, a lot of data coming from AI and from our shops, and we combine the trends with AI and the feedback from our shops, and that helps us to make our collections more efficient and more to the point and totally up to date.
When are you looking at visiting India?
As soon as possible. I heard there is a summit also in India.
Yes, there is an AI summit.
Yes, so this is probably the next time I come to India.
We look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.